Hi, everyone, and hi, Anna. Welcome back to English Podcast. Simple English, real life, every day. I'm Mr. B.
Hi, Mr. B, and hi, everyone. I'm Anna. Day 2 of the 7-day Present Perfect Challenge.
That's right. Quick recap for anyone just joining us. Yesterday, day 1, we learned the big idea.
Past simple is the photo, finished, specific. Present perfect is the result, connected to right now.
Perfect summary. If you haven't watched day 1 yet, go back and start there, because today builds directly on it.
So today, now that we understand why present perfect exists,
Today we learn how to actually build it, the nuts and bolts.
the scary grammar box.
It's really not scary. Present perfect has a very simple shape. Once you see the shape, you can build almost any sentence.
So today's title is Have You Done This Before? Because by the end of this episode, you'll be able to answer that question properly using the correct grammar every time. No more guessing, no more I have went, just clean, correct, present perfect sentences.
Let's start with the shape of the sentence. Present perfect has two parts. Part 1, have or has. Part 2, the past participle.
Have or has, that part feels familiar.
Right, it works just like any other have sentence. I have, you have, we have, they have. But he has, she has, it has.
So, I have finished. She has finished. Same participle, different helping word.
Exactly. That first part is easy. Most learners get that quickly. The second part, the past participle, is where people get nervous.
Okay, so what exactly is a past participle?
It's a special form of the verb. For most verbs, the regular ones, it's just a verb plus ed. Same as past simple, actually.
Like work becomes worked, watch becomes watched, play becomes played.
Exactly. So, I have worked here for 3 years. She has watched that movie twice. They have played that game before.
Is it always just add ed, or are there some spelling changes to watch for?
Good question. A few small spelling rules. If the verb already ends in e, you just add d. Live becomes lived. Like becomes liked.
And if it ends in a consonant plus y, like study,
Then the y changes to I and you add ed. Study becomes studied. Try becomes tried. Carry becomes carried.
what about short verbs like stop or plan?
Good catch. Short verbs sometimes double the last letter before adding ed. Stop becomes stopped. Plan becomes planned.
Okay, so mostly just add ed with a few small spelling adjustments here and there.
Exactly. And honestly, most learners pick these up naturally just from reading and hearing English regularly. You don't need to memorize the rules perfectly on day 2.
Okay, that part's actually easy. Add ed, done.
For regular verbs, yes. But English also has irregular verbs. These don't follow the ed rule. They have their own special form.
How many irregular verbs are there?
A lot, a few hundred actually. But don't panic, you already know many of them, and today we'll practice the most common ones.
Okay, give me some examples.
Let's go. Go becomes gone. I have gone to that restaurant many times.
See becomes seen. We have seen that film already.
Eat becomes eaten. He has eaten breakfast.
Write becomes written. She has written 3 emails today.
Notice something. None of those and an ed. That's exactly what makes them irregular. You simply have to learn each one.
So there's no shortcut. I just memorize them?
Mostly yes, but here's some good news. Many irregular verbs actually follow small patterns, which makes them easier to group and remember. Let's pause and practice the basic shape first.
Take 3 regular verbs, things like clean, call, or study, and turn them into present perfect sentences about yourself.
For example, I have cleaned my room. I have called my friend. Use have or has plus the ed form.
Pause the episode now and say your 3 sentences out loud, using the correct participles, cleaned, called, studied.
Good. That's the easy half of present perfect. Now let's tackle the irregular half.
Okay, you said irregular verbs follow small patterns. What did you mean?
It's basically three groups. Group 1, verbs where all three forms are the same. The base verb, past simple, and past participle identical.
Can you give an example?
Cut. Cut, cut, cut. I cut my hand yesterday. Past simple. I have cut my hand. Present perfect. Same word every time.
What about put? Put.
Exactly. Same idea. Read is another one. Although careful, the spelling stays the same, but the pronunciation of the past forms changes slightly.
Okay, group 1, no change at all. What's group 2?
Group 2, verbs where past simple and the past participle are the same as each other, but different from the base verb.
Give me an example.
Buy, bought, bought. I bought a coffee this morning. Past simple. I have bought 3 coffees today. Present perfect. Same participle both times. Bought.
Catch, caught, caught. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Those all follow the same pattern.
Exactly, and that's really good news, because if you already know the past simple form of these verbs, you already know the present perfect form too.
So group 2 is actually easier than it sounds because it's one less thing to learn.
Right. Now group 3, and this is the tricky one. Verbs where all three forms are completely different.
Like go, went, gone?
Exactly. Base verb, go, past simple, went, past participle, gone. 3 completely different words.
See, saw, seen. Do, did, done. Eat, ate, eaten. Write, wrote, written. Speak, spoke, spoken. Break, broke, broken. Drive, drove, driven.
These are the ones that really do need memorizing, but notice a lot of them end in en. Broken, spoken, written, eaten, driven. That little pattern can actually help you guess and remember.
That's a nice trick. The N ending shows up a lot in this group.
It really does. It won't work for every single verb, but it's a helpful clue when you're not sure.
Can we practice putting these into full sentences? Real examples?
Let's do it. I have never driven a manual car. Group 3, drive, drove, driven.
She has broken her phone twice this year. Group 3, break, broke, broken.
We have spoken about this before. Group 3 again, speak, spoke, spoken.
I'm noticing something. Almost every sentence you give me has no specific time. That's day 1 all over again.
Exactly. Present perfect naturally avoids specific times, remember? I have driven a truck doesn't tell you when. It's a fact about your life right now.
So the form we're learning today and the meaning we learned yesterday actually work together hand in hand.
Perfectly said. That's exactly why we did day 1 first. The meaning has to come before the form, or the form feels pointless.
Quick question before we move on. What's the difference between have gone and have been? I always mix those up.
Great question, and it trips up a lot of learners. Have gone means you went there, and you're still there, or on your way. He has gone to the bank. He's not here right now, he's at the bank.
And have been?
Have been means you went there in the past and you're back now. It's about the experience, not your current location. I have been to the bank. I went and now I'm back here talking to you.
Oh, that's such a small difference in spelling, but a huge difference in meaning.
Exactly. She's gone to Rome, she's still there, probably on vacation right now. She's been to Rome, she visited at some point, and she's home again. 2 very different pictures.
To be honest, I'm definitely going to think about that one twice from now on.
Most learners do. It's a small trap, but a common one, so it's worth the extra attention.
Before we practice, let's do one quick cheat sheet round. 10 common irregular participles you'll use constantly.
Let's go. Take, taken. Give, given. Know, known. Grow, grown. Find, found. Feel, felt. Leave, left. Meet, met. Send, sent. Tell, told.
You don't need to memorize all 10 right now. Just notice how differently each one behaves. Some end in en, some end in t, some just change completely.
Exactly. And the more present perfect sentences you hear and say, the faster these start to feel automatic instead of a memory test. Time to practice the irregular forms.
Try these 3 verbs: eat, see, and go. Turn each one into a present perfect sentence about your own life.
For example, I have eaten sushi before. I have seen that movie. I have gone to the beach this year.
Pause the episode now and say your 3 sentences out loud, using the correct participles: eaten, seen, gone.
However you did it, great work. Those 3 participles are some of the most common in daily English, so this practice pays off fast. Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go.
First word, form. This can mean shape or a specific version of a word. For example, what's the past participle form of right? Or, please fill out this form before your appointment.
Good one. We used form constantly today every time we talked about the shape of a sentence. Second word, pattern. This means a regular, repeated way something happens. For example, notice the pattern. A lot of irregular participles end in en, or there's a clear pattern in how she plans her week.
And spotting patterns is honestly the fastest way to learn irregular verbs. Your brain loves patterns much more than random lists. Third word, irregular. This means not following the normal or expected rule. For example, go is an irregular verb. It doesn't take ed. Or, my sleep schedule has been really irregular lately.
Funny how one word can describe both a verb and my entire week. Fourth word, memorize. This means to learn something so well that you remember it without looking. For example, you'll need to memorize these 10 irregular verbs. Or, I memorized her phone number years ago.
And a small tip, memorizing gets much easier when you memorize a full sentence, not just the word alone. Fifth word, combine. This means to join 2 things together. For example, combine have with a past participle to make present perfect. Or, can you combine these 2 sentences into one?
Form, pattern, irregular, memorize, combine. 5 words that describe exactly what we did today.
Try building one sentence using any of these 5 words. It's great practice and it locks the word into your memory for next time.
Time for Say It Better.
Today's mistakes are all about the wrong participle, a really common mistake.
Okay, first one. A learner says, I have went to Paris last year.
2 problems in that sentence actually. First, went is past simple, not the participle. The correct participle is gone or been. Second, last year is a specific time, so this sentence should probably just be past simple entirely. I went to Paris last year.
So, mixing a specific time word with present perfect is actually a double mistake.
Exactly. Wrong form and wrong tense choice. We'll actually focus entirely on that second problem on day 6.
Another sneak peek right on schedule.
Can't help it. Okay, next one. A learner says she has ate lunch already.
Ate is past simple. The participle should be...
Eaten. So the correct sentence is she has eaten lunch already.
One more?
Last one. A learner says we have did our homework.
Did is past simple. The participle is done. So we have done our homework.
Great instinct. And notice, have done is one of the most useful present perfect phrases in daily English. You'll hear it constantly.
One more. This one's sneaky. A learner says, I have saw him at the party.
Right. Saw is past simple. The participle is seen. So, I have seen him at the party.
That one really is sneaky. Saw and seen look similar enough to trick your brain.
It happens to almost every learner at some point. The trick is just slowing down for half a second before you speak and asking yourself, is this the participle or the past simple form? Let's compare formal and casual English with today's topic too.
Does the participle change between formal and casual speech?
The participle itself stays exactly the same. Gone is always gone. What usually changes is the contraction and sometimes the verb choice.
Right, like I've versus I have.
Exactly. Casually, with a friend, you might say, I've never driven a manual car. Short, relaxed, contracted.
Formally, in an interview, you might say, I have not previously driven a manual vehicle, fully written out and a slightly more formal word. previously instead of never, and vehicle instead of car.
What about texting, though? Somewhere in between casual and formal.
Good point. Texting a friend, you might just write, never driven a manual, lol. Drop subject, no have at all, very relaxed.
But texting your driving instructor, you'd probably write something closer to the full form. I haven't driven a manual car before.
Exactly. Full contraction, correct participle, complete sentence. Context always decides how much grammar you can safely drop. Same grammar shape underneath every time, have or has plus a past participle, but the register around it shifts depending on the situation. So learning the participles well actually helps in both directions, casual chats and formal writing.
Exactly. Once the form feels automatic, you can focus your energy on tone and vocabulary instead of fighting with grammar. Quick recap before today's challenge.
Present perfect equals have or has plus a past participle.
Regular verbs just add ed. Irregular verbs have their own forms in 3 rough groups, all the same, past simple and participle matching, or all 3 different.
And a lot of that trickiest group ends in en, broken, spoken, written, eaten, driven. And don't mix up have been and have gone. Then means you're back, gone means you're still there.
Keep those clues in your pocket. We won't solve everything, but they'll help more often than you think. All right, today's challenge.
Say 5 sentences using 5 different irregular past participles in the present perfect.
You can use ones from today: gone, seen, eaten, written, spoken, broken, driven, bought, caught, taught, thought, or any others you know.
For example, I have seen that movie. I have never broken a bone. I have bought too much coffee this week.
Or mix in a group 1 verb too. I have cut my finger before while cooking. Simple, useful, and still counts. Pause the episode and say your 5 sentences out loud, one at a time. Don't rush. Check each participle as you go.
And if you get stuck on a verb, that's completely fine. Just try a different one. There are hundreds to choose from.
Try to mix your 5 sentences across the groups we covered today too. Maybe one from group 1, a couple from group 2, and a couple from the trickier group 3. However you did it, that's real progress. You're not just understanding present perfect anymore, you're building it, sentence by sentence. So today, remember, present perfect is have or has plus a past participle. Regular with ed, irregular in its own special form, whether that form matches the base verb, matches past simple, or stands completely alone.
Tomorrow, on day 3, we put this into one of the most useful patterns in English, have you ever, talking about life experience.
Now that you can build a sentence, tomorrow we put it to work in real conversation, asking and answering real questions with real people.
See you then.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now.